Hey, 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 how is everyone? Let me find myself and do a little sharing. Make sure I share it to the right page. Alrighty, hello, hello. I had to grab some more dimensionals because I'm out. So I had to make sure I did that. So I didn't have to do it whenever I was live. All right, let me click on it. All right, let me get the comments coming. Oops. There we go. Hey, Verna, how are you? And give me just a minute. I'm going to see if I can move my camera toward me just a little bit so I don't have to reach over so much. I'm going to see if that works. Make sure I don't make it fall. That would be my luck. All right, and then I think I have to get the camera straight now. There we go. All right. I guess that's what I get for being off for 2 weeks, right? Nothing is definitely in the right place anymore. Okay, that gives me, so I don't have to reach across the table now. Hi, hi, hi. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Facebook Live with Simply Elizabeth Crafts. I feel like it has been a lifetime since I have done a live, so now I got to get all of my bearings back together, I guess. Start off with, make sure that you comment on the post and that you share. And I will draw for a name. So make sure that you do that before next week, and I will give away some prizes. The next thing is, I got my paper pumpkins in, so next Monday will be all about paper pumpkin alternatives. I thought really quick I would just kind of show you what this month looks like. It's those 3 cards. You make 4 of each cards. I love the new instructions that they have. They are fantastic. You do have some alternatives on the back, so I always kind of start with those and then work my way around. There is a flyer in here about next month's Paper Pumpkin. It is a Hope Box by Paper Pumpkin. And this one was actually designed by Shelly, who is the co-founder of Stampin' Up. So that is, her boxes are always fantastic. But the box itself, you can actually, they give you extra pieces in order to create a Hope Box for yourself. So, great kit. If you're interested, make sure that you join by August the 10th. Let's see. Oh, I did want to make a note. This is actually the July Paper Pumpkin, but on the instructions it says June. So make sure that you don't think that this is actually June's. This is July's kit. It's just the instructions have it wrong. Here are the stamps for this kit. Let's see. The world awaits for you. Let your light shine. Explore. Congrats. Let the adventure begin. So again, you all know how I love the outdoors, and so that watch me regularly. And this is definitely a kit right up my alley. So you get the embellishments and then your little dimensionals. These are the envelopes. They're all the same. Here are your sentiment tags. And here is another one. These are little trees on here with your sentiment tag there. And then some more trees. And then here are the card bases. Oh, you get a garden green ink spot in there. And then here are the card bases. So these are really cool. So it's tri-fold like that. Okay, so you'll fold that one over. And then this piece right here will actually come out. And then this will lay on that piece right there. So kind of cool. But anyway, so that's one of them. Then that is another one. And then your last one is the little camper. So really, really cool. I love the camper one. So, all right, so that is your kit. We will play, I will play with that this week, and then we will do a Facebook Live with it next week. So, yay! Okay, this beautiful catalog right here, I cannot show you either one of these yet, but this is the new, what I call the Holiday Mini. It is our July to December mini catalog. For August and September, we are having another celebration. So for every $50 that you order, you get a free item. How fantastic is that? I'm so excited. The celebration items are gorgeous. You can see some of the little hints right here. Counting sheep. It's got some dies that go with it. Some gorgeous paper. I mean, absolutely gorgeous paper. So, awesome there. If you have not gotten a catalog, please let me know and I'll be happy to get you mailed one. If you are a current customer of mine, I have requested these to be mailed. You should see them probably in the next week or two. So hang tight for a little while longer and then you'll see these kind of pop in your mail. And they will come together and you should have my information here. And then you will have this one right here, which won't have any information because that'll be inside. You can see this will be my second order. I've already marked it. It's ready to go. So my husband said, oh gosh, there's going to be some more boxes coming in. And I said, why, yes, there is. Okay, so with the new catalog, I do a paper share. Ignore this. It is the PayPal registration for the different live events that I do. So if anybody wants to join, they can just go there. But the cost of it is $54. That includes shipping, and you will get a sampling of everything. The awesome thing is that you will actually get a sampling of all the celebration items. Celebration Designer Series paper. So all the paper that's in the free, you will get with your paper share. So that is a lot of value for the cost. All of those will mail out on August the 9th. Last day to register is August the 2nd. So if you are interested in that, please let me know. Email me and I will send you the PayPal code, the PayPal, what are these called? QR codes, I think is what they're called. And I'll email that to you so that you can get registered. Speaking of DSP, now until August the 2nd, when the catalog goes live, DSP in the annual catalog is on sale. We're going to actually be using 2 of them today. So Bloom Where You're Planted and Pansy Petals. We're going to be using that today. And then on Stampin' Up! Announced that they are doing the no tax days. South Carolina, which I know most of my customers and most of the people who watch me on Facebook Live or watch my videos, a lot of you are from South Carolina, so I thought I would point that one out. And this will be posted on my blog, so make sure that you go check it out. But South Carolina is August the 6th through the 8th. There's no amount, there's no limit on how much you can order, but it does tell you what you can order in that column. Like for South Carolina, the mini markers, you have to pay tax on. That's not included. I will mention that if you are in, I think it's Maine, you get everything. Like there's everything in the catalog is open for no tax. So but there's different states up here. Not all states in the United States, unfortunately, they don't all do this, but South Carolina is, and our dates are again August the 6th through the 8th. So again, this will be on my blog so you can check it out. All right, let's see, a couple more things. I have a class on August the 7th that will be $25 or it's free with a purchase. It is using the What's Cooking. Make sure that you get registered for this class. You will get a little free item in here when you order it. So a total of 6 cards, 3 different designs. So if you're interested, let me know and I will email you the registration link. Okay. Actually, let me talk about these classes. Starting September, first Saturday in September, I will be back to in-person classes the first Saturday of the month. They will be held at the church that is right across my yard, the church that we go to. So it'll be at Bethel United Methodist, and it will be from 10 until 12:30, 1 o'clock. And those classes will start in September. So be on the lookout for that. So when I post the information, just know if you do want to take that class to go, I will still be doing PDFs, and I will be happy to mail those classes out to you with the email link for the PDF, okay? So, but all classes will actually resume back in person in September. So yay for that. I have partnered with the Artist Coop for a class on August the 14th. This class is using the Measure of Love. There will be 8 cards. The class is $35. And with this class, you will get a sampling of this paper right here, which is called oh goodness gracious, Party Pattern or Pattern Party. It's one of those. I'm not sure which. It's one of those. So that class, you have to register though with Artist Coop. I did share that link this weekend while I was there for another event. So make sure that you check out that if you are wanting to register. I kind of need to know probably at least by the end of the first week of August so that I can get the bolt of ribbon and the paper ordered in time for that. I know there's a couple people who've already registered, so I've got all of that. Now, another awesome thing that I am doing on August the 14th is I am holding an open kit afternoon. It will be at Bethel United Methodist Church, right across my yard, and not very far from the Artist Coop. We're about 15 minutes tops from there. Once you kind of get through downtown and all of that, we're about 15 minutes from there. It is literally going to just be, you bring your own stuff to craft. I'm asking if everyone will bring a topping, an ice cream topping. We're going to kind of do like an ice cream social with kits. So you bring your kits. I will supply nothing, absolutely nothing, except for the ice cream. That's it. You have to bring your own stuff to craft, and I will have kits there. If you don't have kits and you want to purchase one, I will have some past paper pumpkins available to purchase. But you'll come, you'll craft, we'll have fellowship, we'll have fun, and it's completely free other than bringing your ice cream topping. So I will have an email that will go out with that specific stuff, but that'll be right after the Artist Scoop. It'll start at 2, so it'll give you time to get lunch and get all of that settled. So I'm super excited about that because I just want a day where I can fellowship with other crafters and really just have a good time, not having to worry about costs or cutting kits or, you know, packages or anything like that. It's just a time for us to all get together and just enjoy each other and craft. So if you are interested, make sure that you check out the email that will be coming. Okay, so that brings us to today's projects, and I will be honest, I love them. I played around with this set right here, Brew Some Fun, which coordinates with a set that was honestly my favorite, one of my favorites in the holiday catalog. The one in the holiday catalog did retire, which I kept. It's in my stash. But it went along with warm wraps dies. So they retired the stamp set from the holiday catalog. They kept the dies around, and they brought in a new stamp set to go along with it. So, of course, this was the first on my list, so I had to grab it. And I played around with it. Kind of struggled at first because I hadn't crafted in 2 weeks, so kind of had to get back into it. But then I made a lot of awesome projects with it. So, this week you're going to be bombarded with projects from this. But these are our projects for today. I'm going to show these to you. This one is my favorite. I love hot chocolate and all of that. So I kind of made that last card more, kind of looks more like coffee, I know, but it's close enough to hot chocolate for me. And these are just some extra projects that you're going to see. I'm going to do some blog posts and maybe even a video to show you. These coffee cups are still in our catalog, so which is what these dies use to do this wrap right here. Perfect for some little office treats if you don't have a lot of money to get gifts for people in your office. This is a great way to do it. You can fill it up with some candy. Let me see if I can get it open. You can fill it up with some candy. That's leftover candy that just stays in my little drawer. I can't eat it because it's really old. Well, and I can't eat it right now anyway, but okay, so that, and which I love that little cup, but we're not going to do that today. Then I have somewhere, which maybe apparently there, it's somewhere else. It might be getting in my other area. Then I'm going to have 3 cards that are going to be step ups. It's going to be a simple, an intermediate, and then an advanced card. And I'm going to do a full-blown video and blog post on those 3 cards, and that's going to come out on Friday. So I'm going to call it Fun Friday. So once a time, it's only going to happen this week that I'll have all those projects, but I really liked all of them, so I wanted to share them all with you. So be on the lookout for all that coming up. And I seriously have no idea what I did with those other cards, but I'm sure I'll find them as I'm moving everything else around. Okay. So I'm going to pull out everything so we can get started. Oh, I did find them. Yay! Okay, so here's the simple, here's the intermediate, and then here's the advanced. So I will have a video for this on Friday. It'll post to my YouTube. All right. Let me move all of this so I have room. This is the first one we're going to do. I'm going to do some die cutting, but I'm going to do all of my die cutting off screen so that it doesn't shake the table really bad. Okay. And put that over there. And then I need this punch. So we're going to use this punch right here, Label Me Fancy, as well. We are using the Warm Wraps dies, the basic border dies, and y'all know my new favorite one, Give It a Whirl dies. Hey Melissa, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yep, make sure you comment and make sure you share. Internet going in and out. I have to catch you under repeat. Oh. Okay, Carol, I will miss you being on here. Hey, Deb, sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the comments. So, hey, everyone. And thank you for sharing. If you comment and you share, then your name goes into the drawing for prizes for next week. So, all right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my card base in half like this. Grab my bone folder. I'm going to give it a good crease. Now, one thing I want to do here is I want to kind of make sure that I'm lining up this very similar to this piece, the front of this, very similar to this, so that I can get that little slit in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to untie it, and I'm going to pull it open like this, and then I'm going to lay it just like this, okay? And then I'm gonna take my die from the basic borders, and it's this one right here, And I'm gonna line it up under the ribbon like this. Okay, now I know it's gonna be a little bit longer, and that's okay. I just want to at least that part, the angle of it right for now. Okay, so now I'm gonna move that out of the way, and I'm literally just gonna slide. I'm gonna slide it up just a touch. Then I'm gonna take a sticky and I'm gonna put it right over it like that. Then I'm gonna run it through the Big Shot. When you run it through the Big Shot, you wanna make sure you run it where your cardstock's flat, otherwise it's gonna cut both of your sides. Let me cut it out. All right. We're going to take this off. We're going to attach that there because we can use that sticky again. All right, so now you have this piece, which you can use for scraps. And then you've got this piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this punch. I'm going to slide it in. Actually, we're going to slide it in like this. So you're going to lay your punch down, open your card up to the inside, and you're going to run it in. And it's going to catch, and that's okay. You want to make sure that in your little slit here, you do not see any of your score lines, okay? These little dotted score lines, you do not want to see them. All right. And I will be honest. Oh, it turned out good. It's kind of like a hold your breath and then just go. Because you don't know. I will say I did mess up the first one. I might have accidentally been a little too far over, which is how I learned you don't want to see your score lines, because it was a little too far this way and there was nowhere to keep the ribbon, okay? All right, now we're gonna take our DSP, and this is from the Pansy Petal, which I have to say is probably one of my favorite packs of paper. I love all the little gingham, of course. Not a fan of the back side, but love the, not the fan of the flower side. A huge fan of the opposite side of all the paper, honestly. All the pages. But not a fan of the pansies. So, all right, let me get my glue started. I got noise over here with the movement of the table. Okay, this is gonna go on the inside so that it makes this part right here look pretty, okay? All the measurements are on my blog, so if you want to know the measurements of all the cardstock, it is there with pictures. There's a link in the description to the actual blog post in the description of this video, okay? All right, so there we go. Now what we wanna do is we wanna stamp our sentiment. So I'm gonna open my card back up so that it's flat. I'm gonna grab me some Evening Evergreen, which looks fantastic with the soft succulent. The DSP is soft succulent. And we're gonna stamp it along this edge here. So it's gonna be slanted. Your sentiment's gonna be slanted. Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna set that aside. Set our happy birthday. Now what we wanna do is we wanna take our ribbon and we wanna stick our ribbon through here, okay? And then we want to literally, well, we gotta have enough to tie a bow, so you can give it some extra. And then you wanna wrap it. And you wanna make sure that you are straight across just like this, okay? So it's gonna be straight. Then you're gonna cut off your edge over here. I will say I did waste a little ribbon, but I wanna make sure that I'm straight. Okay, now I'm gonna flip it over just like this, still making sure I'm straight. Then we're gonna flap that over. We're gonna take our tear and tape and we're going to run it from one side of the cardstock to the other in a straight line, or as straight as possible. Pretty sure I got that one crooked. And then you're gonna fold this down on it. And what this is doing is this is helping you keep this straight and attached so that when you open and close this card, this piece is not going to end up getting smaller and smaller when you do your bow, okay? So it's to keep it in place so that your bow, when you tie it and then you trim your edges, you will still be able to tie it when someone opens it again, okay? All right. So now let's tie our bow. I'm gonna pray I did give myself enough. I don't think I did, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. All right. It's gonna be a really tiny bow for me because I did not give myself enough ribbon. All right, let's try that again. Hold it and there we go. All right, so yes, so this one's gonna be a really tiny one, but that's okay. You just make sure that you have enough when you do yours, that you don't make it look like mine. Okay, we're gonna go with that bow. It is fine. Whoever gets it will love it, right? Okay, and then you could also tie it in a knot, but when you tie it in a knot, make sure you don't tie it too tight because then they wouldn't be able to get it open. Okay, now we're gonna take this and we're gonna put dimensionals, 2 on each side, so you're gonna want 4. Okay, just like that. And then you're gonna stick it over the ribbon. Okay, then you're gonna take your heart and you're gonna put your heart on and you're gonna do dimensionals with your heart. So we're gonna put 3. We put that on the wrong side, so I'm gonna take that off. I'll put it on that side. And we're gonna do 3 dimensionals for that. All right. And then right there. Okay, so that is card number 1. There's nothing else to do because this inside right here is for whoever wanting to write on it. So they'll write on this back side here and then there, okay? All right, I'm gonna give this a good crease just so it'll be flat. There we go. Okay, and then here's the better one. See, if I had made the ribbon long enough, now all I have to do here is tie it back, and taping it on the back like we did keeps that in the same length that you would need to tie it back exactly how it needed to go. Just like that. Alrighty, so card number 1. And I'm gonna put my scrap over there. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And card number 2. So this one's a little bit more involved, but it is fun. The layout of this came from a demonstrator out of, I think she's in Australia, and her name starts with an M, and now I cannot remember it to save my life. But I got the layout from her. I really liked the layout that she had of a card. So I swapped it. I did some changes to it, made it my own. But her layout came from, or my layout came from there. All right. So what we're doing is these right here. I went ahead and cut a lot of the stuff on here. This is using those basic border dies again. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's using the warm wraps dies. And it's using this piece right here. This piece technically gets used. You cut it out and then you put it under here. So you could put like a color underneath your wraps here. So it would go, this one would actually go on top. So it would go there. And then the other one that's on here is for the bottom. Okay, so that's technically what those are for. But I wanted to kind of step out of the box as far as that went and kind of create something using these because I love that little stitched border that it has. Okay, and I love that they're small little scallops. Now, it does make it a little funky when you are putting it all together because obviously they are not straight. So you kind of have to go with the flow with it, but it still works. I thought it still turned out really, really well. Okay, let's start with our card base. And we're gonna fold it. Give it a good crease. Then we're gonna take this piece right here of DSP, and this is using the same DSP, the Pansy Petals. Again, love the non-flower side. And we're gonna attach it to the far left of the card. Now, I'm gonna use liquid glue just because it will be easier to maneuver. All right, and then I'm making sure with that liquid glue, because it still moves, that now everything is straight. So yay. Okay, next thing is we're going to take this piece of basic white and I'm gonna emboss it with, oops. I'm gonna emboss it with the Pretty Flowers embossing folder. And I'm gonna show you really quick with your cut and emboss machine, you want the number 1 plate, you want to get rid of number 2, and then you'll have a 3 and a 3. Okay, so your embossing folder with your paper will go in between the number 3 plates, and then you'll run it through the machine. And then, ta-da, there we go. Now this is a very detailed die, even though it's not one of the thick ones, it is one of the thinner dies, but it is very detailed, so it will weaken the strength of your paper. So just make sure that you realize that when you're putting it on your paper, you're gonna see, like on here, I didn't put enough dimensionals, so it's kind of sinking in some areas. So make sure when you put your dimensionals or your adhesive on the back, you do enough so that it'll keep it upright. Just a little tidbit. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put on our little scalloped edges. So I'm gonna flip it over. We're gonna put adhesive down here. I'm just gonna use my seal. All right, now I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna line it. We're actually gonna, let's line it up at the bottom first. All right, so we're gonna line it up there. Okay, then we're gonna line this up. It's gonna overlap a little bit. That's okay, because guess what? We are going to cover that up with our piece right here. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna put a little bit of a liquid glue right here just to keep that down. Okay, All right, now I'm gonna trim off this piece right here. Like that. Let's do a little bit more of it. There we go. All right. Now, we're gonna take and put dimensionals all over the back. We're gonna put extra ones so that I know it will stay. I don't know if any of you ever watch Bruno and Kylie Bertucci, yeah. Bruno really likes his dimensionals, so he would be proud of all this. He sure would. Okay, I might be overdoing it just a little, but seriously, I don't want it to fall. I don't want it to look like my other card. Okay, I'm good with that. And you know, dimensionals are cheap, so they're not too shabby price-wise. You get 300 for $4. I think that's pretty reasonable. Although I am running low on them, so I had to place, when I placed my pre-order for the holiday catalog, because when you're a demonstrator, you get to order it ahead of time, which is a great perk for being a demonstrator. And I had to order like 10 or 15 packs because I was starting to run low, just starting to run low. But I go through dimensionals like crazy. All right, so we're gonna line this up in the corner here. I'm not gonna press it down because I wanna make sure that I line it up all the way down, okay? All right, so that is good. And that is much, much better. There is no saggy parts. That's great. All right, so now let's do our stamping. We're gonna move that right there. We are gonna stamp in Calypso Coral. We're gonna stamp this that says, "You're my cup of tea." And we're gonna stamp that in Calypso Coral, just like that. Then we are gonna take the little teacup image. So the teacup looks like that, really, really cute. We're gonna stamp this in Bumblebee. I did not like that. Let's restamp it. There we go. All right. Bruno would be, yes, Deb, Bruno would be proud. I watch them all the time. I love watching Bruno's videos. He cracks me up. But yes, he uses a whole lot of dimensionals, a whole lot, but they're very inspirational people. I actually take a little bit of training from them. So, all right, I'm gonna cut these out using the warm wraps dies. We're gonna put that one there, and then this one matches with this, so it's gonna cut out the middle of it, okay? Almost kind of like a buoy. No, not a buoy. A life preserver. A life preserver. One of the ones they throw out to you. A life buoy, maybe? I don't know. I'm not into sailing or boating, so I could be wrong on what the term is. All right, 2 seconds and I'll have it cut out. Oh, no. Okay, I forgot my plate number 2, so I have to put that back in because it wasn't going through. There we go. Okay, it totally helps when you have all layers on there. All right, so it cuts out that middle part, so you can keep that or you can throw it away, whichever. And then you've got the little coffee cup. So we'll I'm putting all my pieces back so I don't lose them. And then you've got some more scrap still left on that. Okay, so now we're going to take this, and this is the pansy petal paper again. We're going to put a dimensional right here on there, and then we're going to put adhesive, just regular adhesive here. Okay, take that back off, and then you're going to adhere this so that you're covering up that part that gets connected. So now this really just kind of looks like it's like a curve in your part. All right, let's see if I can get that. There we go. All right, it didn't want to stay. All right, now this is going to have little mini dimensionals. Put all the way around. They are, Deb, they are adorable, and they are very talented. Very, very talented. And very inspirational people. It's why I do take training from them, because they really inspire me to keep going. So, and they're always so positive with everything. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna stick this up, and it really doesn't matter how this goes because it is just in a circle and it repeats itself twice, but I kind of want to make those dots from side to side, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna take and put another mini dimensional on the back of my, all right, hold on, it's not wanting to come off. There we go. We're gonna put this on the back here and then stick that right in the center. Okay, so you are my cup of tea is now there. And then we're gonna take a large dimensional. We're gonna stick it on this heart. And then we're gonna stick this heart right up here at the top. Okay, and that's Calypso Coral. Okay. Next thing we want to do is we want to add a little bow to it. And I'm going to use the crumb cake here. And I'm going to do just a little tiny bow. I'm going to make it big first, and then I'm going to make it smaller so that I know my curls are out of it. I don't like when the loops curl. So I make it big and then I make it small so that I can help get rid of that. All right. So now we're going to get a mini glue dot. We're going to put it on the back. Actually, what we want to do is we want to roll the glue dot so that it's very tiny. And then we're going to actually stick it right here next to the bottom part of the heart, and then we're going to stick that on top like that. Okay, now let's add our embellishments, and these are the Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. I really like these, as you can tell. I'll also use these for my bingo this year, so everybody got a pack of those, and I have gone through them like you wouldn't believe. I might possibly be on my second pack. All right, so we're gonna put that one there, and this one here, and there, there, and there. All right. Okay, so that is card number 2. All right, and I'm gonna move all this stuff out the way. And we are going to do my favorite card. Yay! I like all of them, don't get me wrong. I do like all of them. But you know, I always have to have a favorite one. All right, so, oh, I should have. I should have. Yes, I should have. Okay, so this is the next card. Let me actually open this. I was taking pictures of it, and I had to mini glue dot it closed so that it would stay shut for the picture. Okay, because you see it kind of has a little up there. All right, so this is the last card that we're going to make, and I love this. I do think that it does look very coffee-like, but hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is my thing, so let's brew some fun. I do actually like fancy hot chocolates, so this could be fancy, but anyway, let's get started because this one will take us just a little bit to do. We're going to start with this little piece here. If you can tell, it's corrugated, but I created this, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I left a little piece here. We won't need the whole thing, but I wanted to just show you a little piece of how to do it. So you're going to take your simply scored board. I'm going to make sure I'm in the video. All right, this is the front side. So you can tell by your stitching that it's your front side. You want to flip that over, and you want to do it on the back because you want these to be raised, okay? And then you're going to take your scoring tool, and literally I went every single line that's on the scoreboard. And that's all I'm going to do for the rest of them right here, which this last one will be hard. So just FYI, which is why I actually did a lot longer piece of paper. Okay, so that's all you do to get it scored like that. Now, we're going to do a little trick with it. I'm going to grab a little scrap piece of paper. I'm going to use my sales tax paper. We're going to take the cinnamon cider, and we are going to run the ink pad over that corrugated area, okay? So you want to make sure that you do. Oh, and this is not working as pretty as it did for me when I was putting the card together. Okay, so that's all you do. If you get some extra lines, not a big deal. I mean, it'll still end up being a pretty card, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and score all that again. Okay, now I went ahead and die cut it, and I die cut that with the border, the basic borders, and I did it with the circular one, okay? All right. Now we're going to move that out the way. We're going to set this up just up here just so that it can dry a little. We're going to take the rest of our pieces here. And this cardstock is actually going to be shortened here, okay? So this part is 3.5. And then the total here is 5.5. So you're cutting off basically 2 inches of it, okay? And again, all the measurements and the score line for this one is on that blog post. All right, so we're gonna, one other thing, this is a hot dog, what I call a hot dog style card base. You want to make sure that you score wherever you're gonna fold your card. The reason for that is you're going away from the grain in the paper, the grain lines in the paper. And so if you don't score, you will actually start ripping your cardstock, just as an extra little tidbit there. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to attach it to the top. And you'll notice it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It doesn't matter because we've got this piece that we need to put on. All right, we're going to use liquid glue just to make sure we get it on there straight. Oh, this paper is from the Bloom Where You're At. No, Bloom Where You're Planted. And it's got some gorgeous paper in here. Again, both of the papers we've used today are on sale this month. All right, so let's get some good glue on here. And then we're just gonna line it up here. Make sure it's all in line. and then press it down so it'll stay in place. All right, now we're going to attach this, and we kind of want, we want to make sure that there's going to be enough room for our sentiment down here. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, and it's let's brew up some fun. So we're going to take some early espresso. Yes, it does. That's actually what the brick reminded me of, Deb, is that because there are some coffee shops that that I do like to go to because they have really good hot chocolate. And yes, they have the brick walls, and it reminds me of like a kitchen as well. Because, you know, brick in a kitchen is very popular now. All right, so we're stamping that down there in the corner. So we're going to put this piece on the inside. Actually, let's go ahead and adhere it just so that we know that it's where it's supposed to be. Because I don't want to put it all together and then be wrong. Oh, I think I might be freezing up. Am I freezing up for anybody else? I hope not. I think I'm back. Okay. All right, so let's put that there. And we're going to take this and put it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up right above that line in the brick right there. Okay. So it'll just go up a touch. Oh, let's make sure I get the right one. Because what I'm going to do is put adhesive on my brick paper. So I'm going to run adhesive there. And then down. And then down. Okay. Now we're going to stick this on, and we're going to just make sure that we line it up right above that. Did not work. There we go. Wrong line. All right. So we are looking good and straight, and then I'm just going to press it down. Now what I'm going to do is trim off these sides right here. And that's another good thing, is that you want it to make sure that your ends are kind of in that nook right there too. They're like lining up with your dotted lines. Okay, so everyone's good. It just must be me. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use my little mini cutter. Y'all know how much I love this sucker. And we're going to line it up. Cut off of that one. Flip it over. Line it up. Cut off of that one. All right, let me move this before I get ink everywhere. All right. So make sure when you do it that you don't press too hard, which is what I think I was doing, is I was pressing too hard there, because you want it to look like this, okay? But it is fine. We'll make it work. Okay, so take some of that scrap paper that you had earlier. We're gonna pull it out because we want to stamp our coffee cup. And we're gonna stamp our coffee cup in black memento because we are going to we're going to use blends to color it in. Okay, and that's okay. We'll cut all that off. I don't know how I did that, but all right. Okay, so let's take our cinnamon cider, and our crumb cake is what we're gonna use. So our black cinnamon cider is gonna be the top, which I know these are usually white, but that's okay. It's, you know, you can do it whatever color you want for your card. All right, so we're gonna do all that. And then we're gonna do the light here. I'm just going to kind of do the light all around in there. Okay. Got that on, and now we're going to do the crumb cake in the center. And I'm using the brush tip for that. All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to do some fussy cutting, our favorite. It's distressed. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so we're going to take our paper snips, and I'm going to just kind of cut this smaller, just like that, so that it's easier to put in my hand. All right, I'm going to start at the top and then work my way around. This is actually not hard to fussy cut. Have you guys noticed that I've been fussy cutting a lot? I don't know what is wrong with me. All right, I got a little close to the bottom, but that's all right. I'm still not good at fussy cutting, obviously, but I'm starting to do it a whole lot more. Okay, so there we go. There is our coffee cup. Simple and easy. And then I've already cut out the little star that comes from the warm wraps dies. That's a great thing about this die set is it does have a tree there, and then it's got a bow and a star and a heart and a coffee cup. So, all right, we're gonna take some linen thread and we are gonna wrap it around our little together line there so that it doesn't show that. We're gonna wrap it around 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, and then I'm just gonna cut a piece. And then I'm gonna tie a bow. Oh, I have a really long piece over here. Oh well. I will find a bow to put that on later. All right, there we go. And then we'll give that a little trim there. I can make a bow out of that and I'll put it on another project. All right, then I'm gonna move them together like that. So now it's covering up where those 2 pieces come together. All right, then we're gonna take our early espresso. This is using the warm wrap dies as well. We're gonna put dimensionals on there. We're gonna put 2 on top, 2 on bottom. And what that will do is go over the ribbon. Okay, and then we are going to pop up our coffee cup. We're gonna stick it almost in the center. It's gonna be slightly off the center. And then we're gonna take a small dimensional and put it here. And then we're gonna tuck that right there. Okay, so that is card number 3. All right, that is all the projects for tonight. Let me bring them all back in. You've got that one, and then this one. All right, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the projects. Again, be on the lookout because I will have... Oh, yeah. Thank you, Verna. Thank you. I will have the other projects posted later this week so that you can see them, but I don't want to post them all at one time. So you'll probably see one on Wednesday, and then you will see the 3 where it kind of gets fancier. You will see that on Friday. There will be a video that will post on that. Don't forget, though, about August the 14th at the Artist Coop. If you want to register for that, make sure you go to their Facebook page to do so. And then after that, at 2 o'clock the same day, we will be at Bethel United Methodist for a open craft day with everyone that is free. So come out and join us for that. And then make sure that if you want to get in on the August class, that will be the first it will be the first Saturday of August. Make sure that you register for that class. You can email me and I can send you the registration for PayPal on that. So if you have any questions, let me know. And if you are in need of a catalog for the new holiday stuff, let me know. And then the paper share information is there. I will post all of this in emails, and then it'll also be on Facebook and all of that coming up as well. So just make sure that you are on the lookout for all of that. Next Monday will be Paper Pumpkin. So we will do some alternatives with that kit that came out for July. All right, I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you next week. Bye.